Morning, everyone. Beautiful Sunday morning in Florida. Oh, it's nice to hit balls on grass again. Actually practice a short game on a nice open area. We're at the Tampa Bay Downs driving range. I want to thank the boys here to let us do our fine clinics here that are on the road, and we just finished doing ours at Alico Family Golf Center in Fort Myers. Both awesome facilities, both understand that golf is an all-around game and that you have a beautiful short game area and a nice driving range on grass, good quality golf balls. These guys know they know what they're doing, so I want to thank them. And anybody else out there who's doing the same thing, keep it up. So what we're talking about today, since we have a wonderful short game area, and I haven't been able to talk to you about this winter. Now, you understand how our technique works, how the arms cannot be allowed to crash into that rib cage. So left arm doesn't hit you going back, right arm doesn't hit you coming through. So you'll notice this is very reminiscent of Jason Day's chipping technique, Steve Stricker, a few other players on tour. Very, very successful way of doing it because the angle of attack never changes. So if I allow my wrist to hinge a little too early, now the momentum's moving upwards, then I'll have a tendency to move too far down, and then I'll feel the need to either push because the stick it in the ground is imminent. Therefore, if I look at just a beautiful arc, my arms, if I only had one arm, is moving around a very specific center, the shoulder socket. If I put two arms together, the two shoulder sockets are reunited at the sternal notch. That represents the low point. So if I play the ball back off the back foot, my hands can hang naturally in front of the ball, and then all I got to do is allow the arms to swing freely and not hit the rib cage. You'll realize that the body's got to turn for that. Don't think about turning the body though. Just think about allowing the arms full freedom. So we're going to look at one of the things that people don't realize. They think it's such a small movement, so they'll tend to freeze the lower body. And what happens now is you become in that manipulative state. So like a surgeon getting ready to make a very precise cut in a patient, well, he's not going to be tap dancing around that table. He's going to be very, very steady, like a statue. So if you're trying to manipulate the club to meet the ball, you become a manipulator. Instead, you want to allow the weight of your arms to swing freely and use the weight of the arms and club to cut the dandelion stem. That's a dandelion in disguise. We got some nice clover hanging around here. It's a great way to practice. So I'm just shaving the clover. See that beautiful little clippings of clover coming off the ground? So I'm going to use momentum to do that. And when I do use momentum, I actually get a miniature kinetic chain. So like a baseball pitcher tossing the first base, he's not going to do this. It's still a full body motion, isn't it? So that's the only way that you get precision, because the human body is designed as a kinetic chain. The ground, through the legs, through the core, through the shoulders, through the elbow, there's a very specific action. So we want to do the same thing. So when I'm doing I'll do a couple of pitch shots in this direction. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, there's 4. The fourth stake, if I too soft, that's definitely too soft. Too strong, yep, just right. So notice as I'm letting momentum swing, you'll see ground, body out of the ground. My arms are swinging. I don't want to allow my right arm to hit my rib cage, so the rib cage has to move out of the way. And when this happens, right, the only way this is going to move out of the way is if I go to the ground. So if you look at a punch, get up right now and try it with me, snap a punch in that direction, the first thing the brain's got to do is go get the ground. Use the ground to get the body out of the way so I have access to my target. I'm never going to do this. It's the same thing here. I want the weight of my arms to swing past my body that way through this dandelion stem. the brain goes to the ground, uses the ground to get the body out of the way so my arms can glide through. So there's that miniature kinetic chain. So here we go. Right on the stake. How about that? One more for you, and then we'll do them down the line. Feel the weight of the arm club unit. Use the weight of the arm club unit to perform the task. Right on. So both of those are a foot and 2 feet away from that stake. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Now this is all grass. I'm going to land it just in front of right in the shadow and let it bump up to there. I have an intermediate point that I'm staying left of. How much momentum do I need to land it in the shadow? That's not enough momentum. That's too much momentum. Feels good. So I'm going that way. I'm cutting the dandelion stem in that direction. Come on, you. There we go. Just a little left of the flagstick. Feel the weight. Right in. Perfect. How about that? So I'm using my amazing abilities, the amazing gifts as a human body. I feel the weight. I could toss that right in the lens right now. Obviously, I don't want to do that. But you'll notice that when you're tossing a ball to somebody, you never have to think about how far. So all you need to do here is figure out how much momentum you need. And the best way to do that is Goldilocks. This one's too soft. This one's too strong. This one's just right. Thank you, David Ogren, for putting me on the right track 20 years ago, by the way. So, left of that, I need something a little bit closer because our eyes, our side vision is terrible as human beings. Right now I'm looking with a lot of precision. Right there, okay, got it. There's a leaf of a clover right there that I'm going to stay left of. Feel the weight. See where I want to land it. Let momentum. Got it. Excellent. I'm letting momentum go there. So let's see if we can land it at the second one. Got my intermediate point. Almost. See, sometimes you'll pick something and you'll lose it. Got it. Right there. Perfect. So now I need to go a little further. Now, at one point, if you need more distance, that trailing arm will need to fold at one point. Simply allow it to. But we're still using momentum. Never any force or manipulation. Feel the weight. Let the weight of the instrument deliver, or the arm club unit deliver. I'm going to play the ball a hair less back in my stance since the wrists are going to be used now. So feel the weight. Good. So that landed between the two flags. A little short of where I want it to land, but that'll work quite nicely. Got it? Feel the weight. Let momentum, let the weight of that arm club unit cut through the stem in that direction. Beautiful. All right. So, if you use the weight of the arm club unit to deliver the cut through the dandelion stem, you will feel that little kinetic chain. So it's like when we're walking and swinging, plant, swing, plant, swing, step, swing, step, swing. Step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing. Swing, step, swing. Swing, step, swing. Can you see that little kinetic chain in there? Don't think about that. Use the weight of the arm club unit to cut through the stem. This will happen. But As a good drill, you could do a little elephant walking either with your long chip or with your regular swing. Enjoy, everybody.